You guys, I just had to laugh at the two stories that I saw back to back on my newsfeed today. So the first headline came from the Daily Express, and they claim Meghan Markle's Hollywood deal should come as no surprise due to key factor. And then right underneath that, I see the headline US company distances itself from Meghan. That's coming from news.com.au. So what exactly is going on here with Meghan's Audible deal? Well, let's dig around a little and find out together, shall we? Okay, so first, let's look at the article that clearly came from Meghan's PR people, claiming that Meghan's Hollywood deal should come as no surprise due to key factor. What exactly is this key factor they are referring to? Okay, so according to this article, Meghan Markle is forging ahead with a new path. She and her husband Prince Harry struck a lucrative deal with Netflix to produce content via Archwell Productions, which they set up to produce programming to inform, elevate, and inspire. Well, I think that last sentence absolutely confirms that this came directly from Meghan and Harry's PR, probably Scooby-Doo himself. I mean, what are they talking about that Archwell's going to produce programming to inform, elevate, and inspire? Are they referring to that docu-series they made titled Harry and Meghan that was them just whining a bunch and showing some iPhone photos? Or are they talking about Meghan's Archetypes podcast that was such a failure Spotify executive Bill Simmons called the two of them grifters? Is that what they mean? Well, even this article cannot get away from the fact that that Spotify deal was an absolute disaster. The Express writes, they also had a deal with music platform Spotify to produce podcasts. Although this particular partnership came to an end, Meghan is now said to be on the cusp of a fresh deal with Amazon's audiobooks company Audible. Although this particular partnership came to an end, what are they talking about? Meghan and Harry were unceremoniously dumped. I mean, came to an end makes it sound like it was a mutual decision. It certainly was not. Spotify gave them a lot of time and gave them a lot of help and spent a lot of money on them. And all they got in return was that one Christmas special and then Meghan's Archetype series, which was such an absolute disaster because she couldn't quit talking about herself. So no, I don't believe it's wholly accurate to say this partnership came to an end. This article makes the same claim we've seen from other media outlets that this is going to be a great deal, it's going to be so lucrative. It was written it could be highly beneficial to Meghan and Prince Harry's brand, whatever that means. Lucky for us, a celebrity astrologer has weighed in on this. According to Inbal Honigman, Meghan is a Leo, which is a sign that adores the limelight and feels most at home on stage or in front of a camera. Leos also make good teachers and parents because they love the feeling of many pairs of eyes looking up at them. Away from Hollywood, the glamorous royal is bound to feel a bit lost. Honigman went on to say, center stage is the ideal habitat for a Leo, so Meghan's new deals in Tinseltown should come as no surprise. Are we being serious right now? I don't even believe this Inbal Honigman exists. I believe that is Meghan Markle herself. Doesn't that sound just like her? It's not her fault she didn't fit into the royal family. She's a Leo, you see. She belongs in Hollywood. I won't disagree, though, that Meghan loves the feeling of many pairs of eyes looking up at her. That's exactly what she's always trying to orchestrate. Unfortunately for her, though, not many pairs of eyes want to look up at her. The article goes on to sing Meghan's praises a bit more, predictably. I mean, her PR team just won't give it up, will they? So now let's move on to the next article, this article in news.com.au, that I believe is a bit more accurate than the last one. Here we have the headline, Audible denies Meghan Markle on cusp of signing multi-million-dollar deal. Amazon Audible has flat out denied swirling reports Meghan Markle was on the cusp of signing a lucrative contract with them. In this report, we learn, according to multiple international media outlets at the weekend, the Duchess of Sussex, 42, was in talks with a US-based podcast giant in a lucrative contract that could make or break her Hollywood career. And this is exactly what we saw in, yes, multiple international media outlets. Well, gee, I wonder who could be behind these reports. It couldn't be Meghan and her talent agency, could it? No, they wouldn't encourage any publication to publish a story that wasn't 100% true. Oh, you know I'm kidding. That's exactly what they would do. I don't know why, though. I mean, why did they think that was going to force Audible to agree to take on Meghan Markle? Why would any corporation at this point want to sign her on? At this point, it is clear that Meghan and Harry are a couple of grifters. Any corporation who chooses to do business with them is going to lose out big time. Well, let's just move on to the next paragraph, where Lexi Cartwright reports an Audible spokesperson issued a statement to news.com.au declaring there is no truth to the reports and Audible is not in negotiations with Meghan Markle, end quote. Well, of course they're not. Audible is part of Amazon. Amazon is an incredibly successful company. Amazon and Audible didn't get to where they are today by making deals with people like Meghan Markle. They're much more careful than that. Let's look at what this insider reported, though. The insider, who probably was Meghan herself or Scooby-Doo, said, word of mouth is spreading that it will lead to a huge payout, even bigger than the million Spotify splashed out. And Meghan is thrilled that she'll be in the company of Michelle and Barack Obama, who signed with Audible last year. Meghan seems very confident at the moment, but the reality is that she's been in a pretty desperate spot. Losing the Spotify deal was a massive blow. She's been pretty lost since, but this deal could turn everything around. Okay, so let me know in the comments, do you think this source is Meghan or is it Scooby-Doo? I'm gonna vote for Scooby-Doo here. There is something about the way this source is trying to evoke sympathy for Meghan that makes me think it was Scooby-Doo, but who knows, it could have been Meghan. The obvious question in all of this is why? Why did Meghan get WME or Scooby-Doo or whoever to create all these false rumors that she was going to be signing up with Audible? Did she believe that was somehow going to force Audible's hand and they were going to sign her on? And if she believed that, she's even more insane than we previously thought. At one point, maybe right after their deal with Spotify collapsed, maybe Meghan could have signed on with another platform. But then Bill Simmons decided to talk about the two of them on his podcast, and he decided to reveal the truth of why they needed to part ways. And look, I know this is old news, but it does bear repeating what he said. Bill Simmons said, the effing grifters, that's the podcast we should have launched with them. I gotta get drunk one night and tell the story of the Zoom I had with Harry, trying to help him with a podcast idea. It's one of my best stories, he said. I do believe this revelation from Bill Simmons was the final nail in Meghan and Harry's coffins. I mean, at that point, I'm pretty sure most companies knew they were a couple of grifters who were work-shy and lazy. And thanks to Bill Simmons, they knew for sure that getting involved with Meghan and Harry would be such a colossal mistake. For whatever reason, it seems like this insider is also convinced that making corporations feel sorry for Meghan is a good strategy. They claim she hardly sleeps thanks to the pressure of it all, but knows that the pressure will only get worse if she lands the deal. It will be make or break. Hollywood's power brokers will be aware of just how the Sussexes fumbled on the Spotify deal, so they fear that getting dropped twice would be the end of their brand, as nobody would trust they could deliver the content. The stakes are extremely high. Well, yeah, the stakes are extremely high. They've been high ever since Meghan and Harry ran away from the royal family. Meghan and Harry thought this was going to be so easy. They thought all the big wigs in Hollywood, and probably even Silicon Valley for that matter, were going to be beating down their door trying to sign a deal with them. They landed a few lucrative deals, and they should feel very lucky they managed that. But now everybody can see they don't want to work, so of course no deals are coming. As for what Meghan and Harry could do at this point, well, I think laying low, minding their business, and actually finding a way to do something meaningful would be a great idea. But maybe I just don't understand what it's like to be a Leo. And you, what do you think about Meghan's upcoming career prospects? Please let me know your opinion below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and share this video with anybody else who would enjoy it. And before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss a thing from Kate Middleton and the Queen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a lovely day, and I'll be back to see you in the next videos.